In this tutorial, we're going to be building this loading indicator from scratch, and it's a pretty easy one. So, let's dive right into it. First thing we always want to do is get the basic skeleton of our HTML file ready. And then we have a main div, right? And inside the main div, we're going to have these 5 circles, right? That are going to indicate this loading screen or the loading animation. So I'm going to say div, and let's give it a class circle, and we need 5 of these, so I'm going to say into 5, right? So I have these 5 divs right now, and let me start this with live server. Now let's actually go ahead and link our CSS file, right? So I'm going to say link and loading.css. So that's it for the HTML part. Let's go and start doing the styling part. So the first thing I want to do is give my body a height of 100 view height so that it takes the entire height, right? And let's actually start with our circle class, right? So the circle is the div that we were talking about. So let's say give it a width of 20 pixel and also a height of 20 pixel. And for it to be actually visible, let's give it a background of purple, right? So now it's going to be visible. So we have this entire thing stacked on top of each other in, sort of one column, and we need to actually place this in the center. Also, we want this to be in a row fashion. So first, let's actually place this entire thing at the center of the screen. So for that, I'm going to give my body a display flex, right? And in order to align it to center, I'm going to say justify content center as well as align items center, so that I can align it to the center both horizontally and vertically. So now it's at the center of the screen. The next thing we want to do is we want this to be in a row fashion, right? So this body is for the entire screen. Now we are talking about these particular divs, right? So basically the main div. So we have our main div, which actually encloses all of these together. So again, to that I need to give it display flex and everything. So when I give it display flex, by default the direction is this one, right? So it's gonna turn it into row right now, and we have the other things as it is. And I'm also gonna give this a width of, let's say, 200 pixel, right? The reason I'm doing that is because right now it's all sticking to one another, right? So justify content, I'm going to give it space between, so that there's some space between them and we can see them separately. So for that reason we have given width right here. If you increase the width, you will see how the space between these increase, right? So 600. Okay, let me change it back to 200. The next thing is we want these to be circles. So for that, to this circle class, we are going to give a border radius of 50%, right? So this is going to turn it into a circle. So this part is pretty much the circles that always appear right at the center. The next thing we want to do is this outer circle that kind of fades away, when it comes out. So this is the next thing we want to do, and we don't need to have a separate div for it. We can use the before pseudo class. I'll demonstrate how to use it. So I'm going to say circle, right? And I'm just going to add before to it. So now what this is going to do, actually this before pseudo class, it doesn't really work if you don't give it the content property, and we don't actually want to insert any content. So what this pseudo class before is used for is, you can insert any content before or after your div, or any element that you're talking about. Right now we are talking about the circles. We don't really want to insert any content, so I'm going to give this empty. But we want to have another circle that's actually sort of behind this. So for that circle also has the same dimensions. It has the same background and everything. But if you look at this one, it's lighter purple, right, than compared to this one. So it's the same purple, but I'm going to give it opacity of, let's say, 0.7 or something, right? Right now it's not visible because it's sort of hidden behind this, and when we give it animation and scale it, it'll actually be visible. So now what I'm going to do is we need to give this particular one animation, right? So I'm going to say animation, and let's give it a name of loading. and let's say we want it to last for 2 seconds, this particular animation. And now let's actually go ahead and add it. So we're going to use keyframes, right? So let me say keyframes, and we want to use keyframes on loading animation, right? This loading animation. And what we want to do is at the end of the animation, that is at 100%, right? That means at the end of 2 seconds, right here, what we want to do is we want to scale it. So I'm going to say transform, and let's say scale, and I'm going to say 2,2. What this is basically going to do is it should scale my circle horizontally and vertically, that is on the x-axis and y-axis twice. And the shortcut for this, you can just say one time. So scale to is both horizontally as well as vertically. So this is the animation part, but we actually forgot to do one thing. For it to be actually visible, right, the other circle right now it's not visible, we need to position it correctly. So I'm going to again use Flexbox to do it. So now you can see that the animation is working. It worked once, and the reason why it worked only once is because we have not given it iteration count. So here let's also give animation iteration count as infinite, right? We want this to repeat over and over again. So now this is going to actually repeat itself, and it's sort of visible because we have given it opacity of 0.7. But the thing is, when it comes out, right, when it expands or when it scales, we need to actually sort of disappear the whole thing, right? So we can also say when it scales out at the end at 100%, let's give it an opacity of 0. So when we give an opacity of 0, when it scales out, it's also going to sort of disappear, right? So this looks much better. And the next thing we want to do is we want this to happen one by one, right? So we need to give an animation delay to each of these. So I have some code that I'm actually going to just paste and explain right here. So we're saying that the circle, right, we're talking about this pseudo class before. So we're talking about this circle that's coming out, that's actually scaling out. And we are saying to the second child, we want to give it an animation delay, so on to the third, fourth, and fifth child. So to the first one, we don't need to give any animation delay, right? Because it can just start when we are starting out an animation. Whereas the second child, we can give it an animation delay of, let's say, 0.3 seconds, right? Similarly for this, we can give it 0.6 seconds. Let's actually give it evenly so it looks symmetrical. 0.9 seconds, and at last we'll have 1.2 seconds, right? So now you can see it's gonna appear after a certain delay, and it's happening in the particular sequence. So this is pretty much it, guys. This was a pretty simple animation to work with. And if you want to learn more such cool animations, you can hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing a lot more of this absolutely from scratch. Thank you so much.